Okay, welcome to my channel. And as you can see, I have all of these sacks, and I hope you can see that it's rice. Okay, this is rice. All right, and so I thought about it, and I said, I pray first off, all praises, honor, and glory given unto Abba. And I was sitting here and I was preparing, because we know the times that we're living in and what's about ready to happen. The war is coming, okay? America, Babylon is falling, okay? And so we're not going to play with that. And the kings of the world are coming together to make war with our rabbi. That's what's going on, y'all. That's what's going on. And so we know this. And so with that being said, I was putting these bags together, and it made me think, because the government is on a shutdown at this point, and they're talking about not giving people food stamps. And so I pray that if anybody who is in need of the assistance, especially those with children, that this video be very helpful to you. And more than anything, just stay focused on Abba, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And those who abide up under the shadow of the Almighty don't have to worry about all this stuff that's about ready to come, because America is being judged, okay? That's just the bottom line. And Bible prophecy is being fulfilled. All right, so welcome to my channel. I welcome y'all. And so here it is. And so I wanted to make this quick video. And here we go. Okay, so what I was doing was, I have actually poured. I've already poured, actually. See if I can let y'all see this. This is rice. Let me see. See all that? So all of these bags contain rice. And so I was putting them in a bag. And so some may ask, well, why are you putting them in a bag first? Because I'm going to put them in Mylar bags. But why are you putting them in a bag first? Because my experience is, when you are using the Mylar bags, and I'm going to show you, for those of you who don't know, you can get these off of Amazon. These are Mylar bags, okay? And they come with oxygen absorbers. See those? See that? Okay. And you can store things like rice, oatmeal, of course, your flour. You can store pasta, okay? And these things are food. This is food, so that your children, especially if you have children, won't go hungry, you know, during these times, because Jesus is coming. And Abba is allowing us to prepare. He's been preparing us for these times that we're in right now. So what I've done is, I've gone ahead and I've placed this rice in these paper sack bags. And let me tell you why I do that. I didn't used to. I used to would just place the rice directly into the Mylar bag. But the Mylar bag can sometimes leave a little taste. It can leave, like, you know, if you just put it directly in on the Mylar, if your food stay up storage for a little while, you can kind of taste, even in your flour, you know, or things like that, you can kind of taste it. But with these paper sacks, it takes it out. You won't, it's just going to be the rice. And let me tell you what else, the reason why I like paper sacks over plastic, because we know the plastic contains a whole lot of stuff we shouldn't be dealing with anyway. But paper sacks is nitrogen for the garden. And what the garden likes, we like. We feed each other. Abba placed us in the garden from the beginning, and he's returning us back to the garden. And the garden don't have no problem with nitrogen, with the paper sacks, because they, you know, it just breaks down into some good compost, okay? That's what it does. All right. So that's why I use paper sacks. But what I've gotten is, I've gotten these bags, and I want to say that it was a total of six of the regular size bags, not the small, but the next size up, because I've already thrown that away. And I filled these up, okay? And I filled them up almost, for me, they're about almost the size of how much I would pour if I had to take one out of the Mylar bag. I would just take them out bags at a time. And whatever I don't use out of one of these sacks, I will put it into a mason jar that looks like this. And I would just store it back up. I'll just store it back up until we use it. And then, in that way, I'm not opening up all of my Mylar bags and using all of the ones, you know, like that. No, I just do it like that. It just preserves. And so I wanted to take the time to show you that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm getting ready to load these up with oxygen absorbers, and I will show you what the oxygen absorbers actually looks like. And I'm going to tell you which ones I really like to buy. So let me get the oxygen absorbers right here. Now, these are oxygen absorbers, and you can get these off of Amazon, okay? Now, I like ordering these in individual 10 packages versus sometimes they'll sell you the whole pack. You can buy like 100 of them, and they're not separated because this is time sensitive. You know, you're exposing them to the air, and you want to already be ready to pop when you open up the package. This way, my other packages are not even being opened, okay? So you want to be able to pop one end into each one of them, okay? And in these little bags right here, 300 cc's will do great. And I always just buy 300 cc's anyway. I just like buying 300 cc's. And see, they come in, so they keep them fresh. They keep them where I don't have to worry about, oh, well. And I'm not going to even start those yet because I'm not ready to actually seal them up. Okay, so let me explain something about what's going on right here. So I am going to take these and I am going to roll these down. I'm going to show you like this. I'm folding them like this. And what I'm going to do, so that you can see what I am doing here, I have my hot iron, okay? And this makes it real easy and quick. This makes it real easy and quick. So I'll go ahead and get my hot iron. I should have had it already going. Okay. All right. So my hot iron is getting hot. And I'm going to hold these oxygen absorbers until I'm ready to work the other ones. But let me grab my bag. So these are 1 gallon Mylar bags. And what I do is I am putting, let's see how many will fit. Okay, I am taking these bags and I'm folding them down like that. Okay, and I'm going to stick them. And I think I probably get two on there. I got one right here. And I think I'm going to put all of the jasmine because I have regular rice. And then one of the bags that I had was jasmine rice. So I'm going to put the jasmine rice together. So looks like I may be able to get 3 into a 1 gallon. I may be able to get 3. Let's see. Yep, I did. So let me show you. So I got 3 of them in this bag. All of them are in there. And let me show you what I'm about ready to do. Now, while my iron gets hot, and I love using this because it don't take no time for these to warm up. And I caught this at a Goodwill store for pennies on the dollar. So, and a lot of times you can walk in there and find this. So this right here, if you don't have one, check the Goodwill stores. And they usually sometimes run these right here. And a whole lot of good prepping things anyway in the Goodwill store. They usually run some nice little, like on how to warm up rice, you know, things like that. Okay. So while that warms up, now I got these, and you can get them to whatever you can afford, but these are 9.4 mils, the bags that I'm using, you know, so they pretty thick. They're pretty thick. But the main thing is that I want to keep the light out of them, you know, keep them protected with the thickness so nothing get into them. So let's talk while I'm waiting on that to actually warm up. So what did I do with this rice? Rice, it is important so you make sure you don't get no weevils or no bugs. Freeze your rice first. I froze this rice first for 3 days. And after the 3 days, I let them come back up. I left them out for at least 3 or 4 days. Let them come back up to regular temperature, okay? To their regular temperature. And then I prepare them like this. So with rice, with flour, the same way. Freeze them first. That way you're safe than sorry, okay? So you don't want no bugs, no weevils, okay? And so do that. I did that. And now I'm ready to put them up. But I got the zip. You don't have to get the Ziploc ones. I just did, but you don't have to. And now this is hot. So now I'm going to just take it. And this is why I just love this right here. And some people use an iron. But this right here just is so much easier than using the iron. You know, you got it. First off, the Ziploc has got it zipping for you. But I'm taking an extra step. And it just don't take no time. It just seals that right up. Just to make sure, even on the top, that no air is getting in this. Even though it is already Ziplocked, you know. So this is how I do it. And there it is. That is sealed. You see that? That's sealed. That's sealed. Okay, so now I'm going to put what I actually have in the bag. I have the jasmine rice. Okay. I have 3 bags. And I always put that I froze it first. Frozen first. Because that just assures me that that I took the proper steps. And then I put the date. And we're in October. So I'm just going to put up 25. October of 25. Okay. There it is. So see how you do it? You just do it like that. And there it is. So you now know that I have 3 bags in here. Like I said, I'll take 1 bag out at a time and seal it back up. And anything that's left out of that bag that I don't eat, I'll just put it in a mason jar. Okay, so then what do I do next? So here's what comes next. So now, how do I store these? I store these in a 5-gallon bucket. Okay, so here's my. Make sure you can see it. See that 5-gallon bucket? There it is. This is a bucket. Okay, so I take it and I get a food grade bucket. Okay. And I just take it and I set this over in here. And from the looks of it, just from the looks of it, you see in there, I still have a lot more room. I'll probably be able to get, and I'll let you know. Once I bag all this up, I'll let you know for sure how many bags I got in here. But there's 3 individual bags that's already inside of this. So if there is no food, you have rice. And hey, you know, if there is no food, rice is yummy. Oatmeal, pasta, are things that you can just store up. Just store it up and just have it so that you know that you are. I know you don't want to have to eat rice every day, or you don't have to eat oatmeal every day, but it will suffice you. And especially if you have children, don't let those children go hungry. Don't let those children go hungry. No. Abba want us to take care of the children, okay? So my prayer is that if you've come to this video and you're trying to figure out what to do and how to do, that anytime, and if you know that your money is being cut off or whatever, first and foremost, let me say this to you. First off, go to God in prayer so that Jesus, because it's Jesus will help you through anything. Abba, our Father in heaven, loves you. He for so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. We don't even want to give away our children or do anything, but he did. So great, no greater love than him. So turn to him first, because then he's going to help you with any worrying that you're doing. He's going to give you his word and bring you into, and he's going to dwell within you. And he's going to be the one that's going to motivate you to take the next steps and tell you how to take the next steps and when and where and why. He's going to tell you all of that. So that's it. That's first and foremost. And so once you do that, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. So, all right. That's it. I pray that this video has been edifying and that it will help. It will help you if you didn't know these steps to take these steps. All right. So, all right. I pray that Abba add a blessing to anyone who's coming to this video. You have a blessed day. Well, I told you to have a blessed day, but hold on for a second. I told you to have a blessed day, but let me first see how I put these off in here, because I told you I would put them in there and see about how many I got. That way you'll have an idea, you know, of how many you can fit into one of these 5 gallons. And Home Depot sell these buckets. But if you don't have these buckets, if you just have a like one with a lid, like maybe a clothing pamphlet with a lid, you can use those. Okay. I end up getting 3 in each one of the buckets. So it broke down to 6, and I ended up getting 3. So I just wanted to show you, if you open up one of these packages, because like I said, you don't want these to go bad, just take them just like I did like this, and any remaining that you don't fill up, just put them off into that and seal it. Seal that back. You can get a vacuum sealer off of Amazon, a vacuum sealer to seal, okay? So that way your oxygen absorbers don't go bad. And like I said, I found it easier to buy it where they separate them, because sometimes they'll have them all, you get 100, you get 300, and you get them all home, and all of them are loose together, and they can go rancid, you know, easy. But if you have them like this right here, they won't, because they still in sealed individually, and they come with 10 in each. So the separate packs works a whole lot better. Okay, another thing, I have used these, and I will continue to clean them and use them and reusing them. But for some reason, I lost a lot of my lids. And Amazon have these lids, and you can buy lids separately. And sometimes it's probably cheaper to buy a bulk of lids and then pick up your actual containers here at a Walmart or at a Lowe's or wherever you can get them at cheaper. Whatever works out cheaper, you know. So look into that, because you can. But I ended up getting 3 on each. And all I would do is just seal that down. And then the same way with these, just seal it down. And just take a chopper or whatever you got, or a hammer, and just barely hit down on it, and it will stay. It will stay. And so that's how you do it. That's how you keep your you keep it in. It will last in here, especially rice, things like rice, pasta. They will last for a while. And you can just eat out of them, you know, eat off of them. So I pray, like I said, that this video be edifying. But I just want to let you know that out of those, I was able to get 3 gallon size bags with 3 bags of rice based off of what we need. But you know what your family need. You may need to add more or less to your bags. And then just fill them up in here. But 3 of the 1 gallons fit in this 5 gallon bucket. All right. Have a blessed day.